matter what, I think we are going to be seeing a longer Volsky. It's not going to be a, hey, RunAway's defending and it's over type of situation. And you know, look at GC Busan Wave on the defense, and Edison going to be in their face early here on Sombra.
As you see, they're doing the, let's give Edison cooldowns as he just dodges around. Doesn't actually get too much poke there.
I think almost all of his percentage is purely from just existing right now.
So now RunAway are moving into the point. You see Edison, he's just committing so aggressively. He actually gets a lot of damage on the Gundam Jin.
Gets good damage, but RunAway have almost completed the rotation onto point. Progress is about to be given here, and even with Edison at 44%, this is going to pressure GC Busan Wave if they don't put somebody on the point sooner rather than later.
See Gundam Jin, he's looking for the ante.
The flanking Ana.
He's looking for the ante. Doesn't catch anyone with a sleep either. And Edison is at 75% to this EMP.
This is such a quick build right now from Edison. He still needs a little bit more of the pressure on the point. Unrelenting. 90% though for Edison, so this EMP might be heading in the first fight. They're giving up currency for it here on the point. The EMP though is out. RunAway getting hit with the EMP, but they immediately dive into light even as they head in. The nano boost came out from Gundam Jin just in time on Mag, and it makes this fight a lot more even. Mag going for the charge. She's not going to connect. But then back the other way. QOQ going to get DMAC, but still winnable here for RunAway.
And two anti though. Gundam Jin hits a huge anti. It makes GC Busan Wave have to run out of this fight. And also because of that, Fielder's Transcendence is just, you know, wasted, because if you can't heal two people, then it was pointless. It was really pointless to use it all. And RunAway now, they can move. This is a snowball. This is a snowball right here. We can see it happening. Hisu will probably get grabbed.
This is precisely what you want, where you not only stagger the other team, you get to the point before they can even set up. You know that they don't have an EMP ready. You have ults in reserve. Mag with a shatter that could end this so quickly here at the point. They already have almost everything, and now if they could just knock Brigitte off, they'd be in a good spot. But actually, Busan, after coming back in, they get two, and they actually should be able to hold this. So
they will, especially with Mac and charging Delight off the map. So when we look at that recontest there for RunAway, they're in firm control, but Free decides to solo grab Hisu, and Hisu goes down early. And then Mag tries to drop the Shadow, gets nothing, and from that, and from Hisu being down, GC Busan Wave are guaranteed to win that fight for the most part.
And GC Busan Wave, I mean, they're well stacked to continue delaying here. I mean, I'm not going to count RunAway out of any fight in particular, but you take a look at this. This should be a good situation for an EMP, especially given that the terrain isn't super great for the offense in this situation. But they're going to immediately go in. They turn the corner to the right. They're looking for their pickoff. Don't quite get it. They do drop the grab, though. Forcing out the beat here from GC Busan Wave relatively early, and the Transcendence. So they invest post-support ult to get Mag, but for RunAway, I think they're reasonably happy with this. I think they would have been happier if they got the EMP, but they still got a lot.
This is a much better fight for, this is still a pretty good fight, I should say, for GC Busan, because they committed grab and bomb.
Yeah.
They committed both those ults, and they committed them to kill Free, and they couldn't get him. He was so hurt, and they just could not find him. So RunAway, I actually don't think do walk away from that fight that happy, because they've committed the bomb combo. They use Rally. They get nothing from either. Edison still is holding on to this EMP, and now Free has another grab.
Well, the one upside is that they do have both support ults in reserve here. Obviously, I think they're going to go for the Nano onto Mag right before the EMP comes out. And part of this is that why Gangnam Jin is just so far back right now. It is why he get hit with the EMP. They're expecting Edison to use it here at any moment.
As you see, Edison's just sitting on this high ground, just, I mean, poking right now. There's no reason for him to look for the EMP, because you see RunAway are playing split. Gundam Jin is playing so far back. There's the Nano out.
Early shatter from Mag, not going to hit anyone. Graviton in from Free, not going to be eaten this time. Nano Boost moves in on the Mag, but he had nowhere to go. He was stuck in the grab, so this is the perfect scenario, really, for GC Busan.
I mean, they're also able to hack Mag, that while being Nano Boosted, it sets up Ion Shadow to get Shui onto the ground. So then Li Jiagong beats, but then Edison just strips the beat entirely. So that was the perfect series of events for GC Busan, since there are now, I mean, they've pretty much used their entire ult bank there.
You think Gangnam Jin is going to swap off Ana here, even if the Sombra's still in play?
I don't think so. I think they seem pretty committed so far, and they've been finding good value. I don't think so far the issue has been the Ana. It's that, I mean, in that fight right there, Li Jiagong just should have known not to beat. Unless their whole plan was just to make sure that Edison EMP so they can take this next fight very aggressively.
Well, Pollitt could get knocked off pretty early here. RunAway looking to dominate the high ground before heading to the low. Pollitt using the rally, GC Busan trying to bring the fight the other way. Edison building EMP all the while. Ion though has to be careful, gets hit with the bio nade. Heavy pressure. Moving on to Ion here as RunAway. They lose QOQ. QOQ gonna have to try and rebuild mech. I think his Pilot Diva is still in a good spot. EMP invested by Edison, built up mid-fight. RunAway, they try and disengage, but LEGDAY gone, can't get away. So they're down 1, but oh, the shatter back the way, knocking out both Edison and Free. RunAway trying to bring it back in, they get to Light. 5 on 5, still winnable as Nano moves on to Mag.
And they should know right now that Ion does have the shatter. Ion drops it, is able to pick up Shui. RunAway committed to this fight when they're already down. That right there is RunAway hubris. I'm surprised they commit to that fight. Sure, they were able to get the grab and set up the ante, but they should have known that Daydream still had a beat. They should have known that while this fight's going on, Edison still has. He loses the 1v1 to LeGdaY Gong, actually, but it looks like he'll get out. It doesn't really matter because they still have to get QOQ back anyways. But they were already down players and they decided to commit all that. So very risky for RunAway as they move back in.
For Free, you just need to make sure this grab is not eaten. QOQ's been in his face a lot. He's had better grabs here, and the grab is not eaten. It connects in full. And they get 2 immediately left to grab, but RunAway strikes back. QOQ, self-destruct gonna get Free. It's even back and forth, but this does favor GC Busan Wave here, and Hisu still thinks RunAway can win the fight. They drop the grab, they get 2 immediately off of it. Bear in mind, RunAway lost a lot of people here, but they've almost fully capped the point.
Edison, this stall from Edison is so good because the bubble's now able to come out onto Ion. He's on point. They're bashing Hisu. The beat is out. So RunAway, they're all still on point here, though.
And RunAway's about to have a full 6. The respawns are almost completely back in. Their tenacity paying off here once more. Mag gonna drop the shatter, knocks down 3. But fall through. Not there the way they want immediately, but the Bionic gets into the Ion a little bit after. He's out of the fight at 6 on 5. RunAway just need a little bit more. Busan super drained. They drop the beat to try and re-engage, instead getting caught in the graviton on the other side, and this should be RunAway getting here. 101, 1 minute, under a minute, which is still a pretty big milestone here for GC Busan Wave.
This is definitely going to be RunAway's cap, but Busan's stagger there was really good. GC Busan, as they move out, and really when I look back to the stagger working out at all, was that Edison was able to dodge around there on the Sombra, get the translocate out long enough for Ion to get on point and get bubbled.
The scary thing to me here, thinking about the flow of fights for most teams that we watch, Overwatch League, NA Contenders, even other teams in Contenders Korea, the amount of fights that RunAway decides to engage on and they actually bring back is kind of insane to me.
It is, but it's once again just back to not only them having supreme confidence in their skills and their abilities, but supreme confidence in recognizing win conditions. Because you see in that fight where the EMP goes out, QOQ still gets those frags, and Gonnamjin is able to get the nano onto Hisu, who's extremely high charge and close to the grav. They know they can commit to the fight. There's no one alive currently for GC Busan Wave, and the first person that's going to be likely to recontest is going to be Edison. So while that's happening, especially while the trance is out late and you can grab post-fight kill those supports, it's going to be extremely hard. It's going to be extremely hard for GC Busan Wave to stagger back into the fight with no trance, no supports alive, and Hisu such high energy. So RunAway know their win condition there.
It's just interesting to watch because I think it just kind of highlights how so many teams don't have that mastery of the game, where I could think of very few teams that in a low fight where you've already lost so many people on an assault map where it's so hard for the offense to actually take point A without anything other than flawless assault, to find the one condition where you could stay in fight and buy enough time for all your respawns to come back in. It's really quite remarkable.
So now GC Busan Wave going to be on the offense. Edison once again on the Sombra. Mag going to be on Winston here to contest these early chokes. Good to build that primal early, and obviously Gonnamjin on the Ana. As the hack comes down to LeGdaY Gong, and they're able to catch him. He was looking close for boops.
It's a super early advantage here. GC Busan Wave, though, they're going to lose Ion, but they should be happy with this. If they could just get one more pick off, it should be an unavoidable death spiral here for RunAway. They get QOQ out of Mech. Now they can turn their attention to Mag, who's nowhere close to primal range. RunAway is in a very tough spot right now. They lose QOQ. Not able to get back into Mech, and now GC Busan Wave going to get some serious progress here in the point. But Shui down. The trade-outs here still good for the offense.
Yeah, the trades are still good for the offense.
Oh.
As we said, LeGdaY Gong also able to catch out Free there. They're chasing down Delight. LeGdaY Gong being a madman.
Well,
getting Daydream too. LeGdaY Gong.
Ion goes for the final push on the mag at the end, but given that mag is Winston, he still should be able to equalize it. That was ridiculous from LEGDAY to be able to just get that much towards the end. I mean, the upside here for GC Busan is that was only a minute. It felt longer, but it was only about a minute.
They do also have EMP.
Yeah, and they built EMP in that time, so Edison did his job even while all that was happening.
The real question is the EMP able to get any value?
Well, they know where Edison is. He's going to be wrapping around the backside right now. Is getting a little bit split, so RunAway should be able to realize that the EMP is soon to happen. But also on this, Mag getting super low is the time to problem now. If you got hacked or EMP, that would have been it, but no. Gonna primal. And now if you're Edison, I don't think you want to EMP until the primal's over. And Mag is down.
Mag's down. The grab is out though for RunAway.
Haven't got anything on here so far. Edison still holding on to EMPs, decides that maybe doesn't need to use it here for this fight. Shui's gonna fall. And the patience of Edison could very well pay off.
I mean, Ion dropping the solo shadow there onto Shui, who is nanoed to deny the cleanup. And Busan, GC Busan, they actually are in a great position. They have grab, they have EMP, they still have beat. There's really nothing up for RunAway besides, you know, the counter beat and bomb. So if I'm RunAway in this scenario, LeGDAY is going to be hiding, and QOQ is probably looking for a defensive bomb. I doubt they engage first.
RunAway under all sorts of pressure here. Highly aggressive charge happening. Mag out of the fight. And look at Edison, he got so low from the bio nade. EMP, of course, still doing its work. GC Busan wave up 2, make it 3. RunAway feeling the pressure right now. This is going to be a much quicker time for GC Busan wave.
Their controlling point right here, Fielder, is on the Zen, so it allows the focus fire to be so good with the Discord. You see RunAway's coming in, they can't touch, and this is a much faster time for GC Busan wave.
And part of what set this up is that, think about back to point A where Edison doesn't drop the EMP under pressure where I think most Sombras probably would. Somewhere along the line, GC Busan wave realized, wait, we don't need this, we can save for a second, and does it work out? And also, charge play here early on is interesting. That leads to Mag dying.
I think that the charge play makes a lot of sense because initially, especially you know, it's really risky to go for charges when a Zen's on the field because you can discord it and just fragged very, very easily. And also if there's any defensive ults. But because normally you know that you'd be able to keep the enemy team alive, you know, your opponent that gets charged and keep them alive, you get discorded. But there's no discord on the field for RunAway. They know LeGDAY has beat, so if they go for that aggressive pin play, knowing there's no discord, it might force LeGDAY to beat, which he does, trying to keep Mag alive. And then because of it, Edison can drop EMP and strip. Yeah. So the entire play is designed to get the beat out of LeGDAY, so they can strip away the beat with their own EMP and then win the fight when there's no cooldowns available while EMP is out.
So GC Busan wave, they've given themselves an enormous time bank advantage here on Volskaya. And you have to think for them, they'd be incredibly frustrating to let it go to the wayside. All they have to do now is just hold RunAway back on point A. And the worst that they could do, well, do here be a draw. Of course, that would still be the series over. But to think that they can hold them off here and not get through 3% 5 minutes, unlikely. And
something to note is that RunAway have put Gundam Jin back onto the Zenyatta for this push because there is a minute. Rather than play the Ana to try, well, you know, as I say that, they're actually able to isolate Edison. I don't know if that's more of the Zen or just, you know, everyone. They're not going to fight this. They're not going to fight this, which is because they know if they fight this, they lose, and they feed ult to RunAway.
That's so smart to decisively just jump off the ledge there. So many times you see teams try and fight it and get staggered and then have a bad point B. They also know their win condition here. As long as they're able to hold this off in point B, one way or another, they're still very likely to win the map.
They've also swapped Edison onto the Diva here. They don't want to, you know, put Free and Edison. They don't want to swap them because, I mean, the ult charge, I guess, even though it's very minuscule, is enough. And they're trying to play this 3v3 mirror in the neutral.
Meanwhile, RunAway, they're saying, 3-3 versus 3-3. This is the type of game we like to play. They're going to take it straight in. They get Ion, but it comes at a cost. Hisu is down 5 on 5. RunAway down to their final 15 seconds here. Mag getting awfully low, but he is also getting close to share on the same note. QQ down. And RunAway, the issue is they have to stay in here. They don't have time to back out. 5 seconds left.
5 seconds left. You see all this pressure on the Mag shield because while Free never went down, he still has that high energy, and they had to come back in. Hisu on the Sombra trying to get here in time.
He's down. Shatter under pressure. Does knock down one in the back. Mag looking for it, but it's too much power The GC Busan Wave, the Transcendence keeps them alive, and they just roll through. RunAway. GC Busan Wave now. All they gotta do is get 33% on point B. And they're gonna take a map away from the team that generally likes doing 4-0s.
However, a draw is possible, and a draw means the series is over still. And what we see in that last fight is that despite Ion going down, trading for Hisu, especially when Mag has already lost so much barrier health, is still a much better position for GC Busan Wave. It's sort of that interplay, what you see between, sure, losing Reinhardt on last on that point is bad, but if you trade your Reinhardt for Zarya and the shield presence, your Zarya now becomes infinitely more valuable. And because the entire time free is extremely high energy, the barrier health is low for Mag, and so there's essentially no barrier. And he's able to do a lot. So now RunAway on the defense. They're looking to hold first, just get the map win straight up, but they would still be happy with, getting the tie, because that ends the series as well.
It would be pretty momentous to have a 5-minute hold here on first. I would say pretty unlikely for almost any team. Aside from RunAway, where they've, clearly exceeded expectations, but GC Busan Wave has been looking better and better as the series has gone on, and I would fully expect GC Busan Wave to take this map, make it 2-1, and in the map 4.
You see, GC Busan moving out here for the first offense. Still going to be looking here, and really, they don't want Lee Shae-Kong to go down first. That's their goal. You never want your Lucio to be the one that gets caught, gets attacked, and isolated. As Gonamjin, he's hiding. Are they trying to bait? Okay, I think they were contesting the left side to maybe force GC Busan Wave to go right so they could look for the nade, but now Gonamjin has to rotate.
Meanwhile, Edison coming in from the back already at 48%. This is such a quick build.
Mag's only 30% to the primal. He is getting some more now.
Meanwhile, you take a look at Gangnam Jin, only at 30%. I mean, this is going to be a nearly unstoppable EMP if Edison can continue this pace. It's breakneck speed.
But you see how split RunAway are playing, where they're trying to control the high ground. Mag still trying to build that primal. The sleep out on the free. Nothing's really going to come. It's just going to take some time. And Edison's at 85%.
This is looking very, very tough here for RunAway. This EMP is on its way. And it's going to be something else if they manage to defend the EMP with no ults. Nothing up for them right now, though. If Edison waits too long, the Nano Boost is going to be up, and in fact, it is going to be up. Right as the EMP comes out, EMP is out, so is the Nano. Nano onto Mag. Mag moving forward, trying to disrupt. QQ's already given up the Mag.
This is a dangerous position.
Primal's up for Mag right now. Even as RunAway has lost 2.
He won't commit.
I don't think they can fight it back.
They won't commit.
Wait. Yep.
They're not going to commit, but the Primal... he wants to swap? Yeah, he'll be swapping off Ryan.
He's dead.
Gunnagen going down, getting a 4-man anti, but it doesn't matter. And everyone for RunAway will be up in time to stop the snowball. And Edison still has to build to another EP at 50% to another one already. And really, when we look at this next fight, GC Busan Wave can just play the poke game because they have 6 ults. I don't even think they have to play poke game. They can commit. They can actually just straight up commit this next grab because Lee Jae-Gong doesn't even have beat yet. They should know that too. They should know that.
They should just go straight to point right now, and I think that's exactly what they're going to do. Edison already building EMP super quickly. As goes Delight in trouble. The beat! Just in the nick of time. Daydream saving the team there. They're going to drop the grab. 3. And does counterpart on the other side. GC Busan Wave starting to pile on. And RunAway.
That's it.
They can bleed. And we'll see if it was more than for a mere drop of blood as GC Busan Wave makes the series interesting. Taking a map here on Volskaya.
And when I look at this play here, when I look at that first hold as well, if you don't win in that scenario, especially even with Edison committing ult, if you don't get any other ult out of GC Busan Wave, it's essentially an auto loss. That's an auto loss per second. Because even with Edison committing the EMP, they have to make the swaps. They have to get Mag onto Ryan, so it means he has no shatter. Lee Jae-Gong hadn't been building beat. It's tough to build beat in a fight like that where you're trying to play so spread anyways from Edison's EMP, because so he wasn't there with his team getting ult charge, and they moved to last and they have every ult available for them. Even if they don't have EMP, they don't need it because they have every other impactful ult.
Yeah, I mean, it was super well played from GC Busan Wave, and you think about what helped make that happen, just crazy pressure from Edison back on point A. I mean, they got way ahead, and really, again, excellently well played. And RunAway, you know, again, it's rare, but they can bleed. They lose Volskaya, and we still have ourselves a series. Will GC Busan Wave be able to take it to a map 5? We'll find out in just a few moments. Do not adjust your screen. What you're seeing is accurate. GC Busan Wave just took the last map against RunAway, and you know what? They've been sticking to the Sombra-based strategy, and they've been getting better and better at it as the series has gone on. And now, so in the map 4, RunAway could be vulnerable.
Could be vulnerable, could be taken to the map 5. I mean, they haven't taken a map 5 before. It gets O2 Blast, actually.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're incapable of going to map 5. But the real question is, can GC Busan Wave close out here on our 4th map? And really, when we look at it, it's still the crux. It's still the focus of them for GC Busan is going to be Edison on the Sombra. And last map for Volskaya, he looked great. He's looked great throughout all the series. So he has been continuing to get value, building those ults very, very quickly, playing that unique, more of a frontline Sombra style rather than a poke and a sideline and a flanker style. So really, when we move forward to the series, will RunAway make adjustments? Are they going to make any adjustments, or they continue just to play how they did the first 2 maps? Because Volskaya also is a unique beast where Sombra is very good.
Yeah.
Sombra is very good, especially for the snowball pushes, especially for Assault.
Well, yeah, I mean, you think about what goes on in Volskaya, where you just need really 2 good pushes, right? One for point A, one for point B. Now you have to escort. You're now in the reverse scenario where you have to continually exert dominance. It's not just about getting one fight here and there, because you can win multiple fights on escort and still not really get the payload particularly far. So I do think this is a little bit better for RunAway, a little bit worse for GC Busan Wave. Also, we are heading into Gibraltar, and what do you think Gibraltar has any effect here for the Sombra-based strategy?
I think Gibraltar is actually still pretty good for it. The biggest problem that you run into is the verticality allows the split EMP pretty easily, and that's where you're going to be running into the issue for GC Busan Wave, and their look is not going to be only building EMP and getting value, but trying to get RunAway to get to the point, try to get them, you know, together so they can get good EMPs, because all this high ground means that you can bet your backline can play so split. Your entirety of your team can play so split.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty fair fight, especially when you, fair point, not a fair fight, as you think about how point B breaks out, right? Where, you know, especially in the defense, you have a lot of cover to go behind, not even just on the verticality, but just the terrain, where there's so many areas that you can use for cover, and if there's any team that's good at splitting and making, you know, life pretty tough for the average Sombra, it's RunAway.
So we're getting in here to our 4th map of the series. GC Busan Wave looking to tie it up, looking to take RunAway to that map 5. And really, I think actually the hardest part is going to be getting through the first 2 points for GC Busan, because the last point is actually far better for Sombra than the first two. Due to there's way less room to run away, way less high ground to be split on. If you're for the defenders.
Way less room to run away, you say.
To run away, you say. Yes, exactly, to run away.
Well, RunAway right now, they're going to be on the defense first, so they have chosen the defend here. Not the thing you see super often from them, because usually, of course, they're the team that's winning. But, of course, for RunAway, they're just going to be looking to end this here on point A, avoid the longer stretches of Gibraltar. And you take a look at this defense here. It is a little bit interesting. RunAway, who usually run with 3-3 in most circumstances, decide that the verticality here in Gibraltar is enough to put Hisu onto the Widow.
Which I actually don't even disagree with here. And GC Busan Wave, they're running the 3-3. They're putting Edison back on Zarya.
I think this is saying that they feel like they might not be able to get quality EMPs off here, but the fact that they're running 3-3 actually kind of works out for them in the sense that they could just focus more on the payload here and limit the amount of opportunities that Hisu's going to have.
It could be a double. It could be not only does GC Busan Wave know that they won't be getting value out of Sombra for maybe the first 2 points, but they might also know scouted RunAway and know that they put Hisu on the Widow.
So, but that said, even with that, very nice bio nade, putting GC Busan Wave in a bit of a bind there. And you take a look at how much ult Hisu has built here. Shields or no shields, he's been finding opportunities to lay in shots to the body at a minimum.
You see GC Busan, they're rotating up on the high ground, controlling this, gonna put Fielder up there, and just put themselves in a better position here to fight the cart. See Mag on point.
We've almost fully rotated who's offense and who's defense, but of course, RunAway, Hisu is far back. He got kind of zoned out of the fight early, so it makes the rest of the fight rough for them, even as both Brigidas get traded out. Ion's working on an advantage here. Hisu's gonna fall, and GC Busan Wave, really smart to put RunAway at disadvantage. And Hisu, I think, is gonna swap.
We'll have to see. I mean, I think he's coming back. He's popping the Emperor Sight, and Mag forces Fielder to the trance extremely early. Gundamjin weave back in this fight. There'll be a recontest available for RunAway with the Nano.
Yeah, Mag got away. Hisu's gonna be in the Sombra now, so there's a swap. And talk about a paradigm shift here. It's RunAway on the Sombra goes from GC Busan Wave on 3-3. GC Busan Wave, of course, a little bit more built up on ult. They're gonna drop the grab here from Edison. 3 are in it, but
they don't kill Li Jaegong!
Yeah, they don't get him. The beat comes in on the other side. And RunAway actually can fight this back.
As you see, Ion, he's popped the Primal. He's trying to get anything. They're trying to catch QOQ. He's getting hard pocketed by Gundamjin. He will get D-Mac now, but Hisu already has EMP. ZP.
Use EMP, but do you use it here? He's under heavy pressure.
Well, he can't.
Falls. Yeah, I don't think it would have been a good idea here anyways. GC Busan Wave, they're going to be getting point A here for sure. Delay or no delay. But, okay, we kind of have the, reverse mirror here, whatever you want to call it, where now Hisu on the Sombra going to fall here, gets caught by the stagger, which is interesting that Sombra gets caught by it, but it does happen.
Sometimes you can't get out, especially if you kill the translocator. So this next fight, I mean, when we're looking at this, if anything, they've swapped their styles. Hisu's now on the Sombra. There's no Edison Sombra, and they're going to look to get value out of their EMP here on second, while Fielder and Daedra both have support ults.
Way on top, Hisu still hanging on to the EMP. Primal Rage came up pretty early for Mag here in the fight, long before an EMP was used, and you know what they might have used? Edison's grab is eating QOQ just in his face. And QOQ suddenly showing up here for RunAway, as RunAway should be able to stabilize on point B, and that's really good because they even get to save the EMP throughout all of this.
Not even having to use the EMP at all, eating the grab. So now this is where we get into a rough scenario potentially for GC Busan, because they don't have a grab. They do have double support ult. They are coming up on Primal and double tank ult. But Hisu still has the EMP and RunAway control the chokes. Is this going to be a 6-man EMP?
I think it's going to be him where...
He's looking for it.
So the Transcendence comes out first. He's going to wait for that to fade. They forced out the heavy dive. This is really well played by RunAway here so far. And then they're going to drop the EMP. Before going to get hit by it, Ion in a bit of trouble. He wants to hit Primal as soon as he can. But now it cools down a bit. He might be able to get healed. Wait on using the Primal.
The defensive bomb from Free as well, along with the split, the armor that was already out from Delight's rally means they couldn't follow up.
And they Primal. They're actually able to get Shui. Busan Wave up 1 right now. RunAway. The EMP fight doesn't quite work out the way they intend. Beat's going to be able to grab his Ian again.
Oh, QOQ.
Two for 2 on eating grabs is QOQ here. Medicine going, can I swap back to Sombra yet? No.
Both Zarya players so far for GC Busan have not had zero luck versus QOQ, both Free and Edison.
GC Busan Wave, though, still fighting this back. Another EMP out from Hisu, but they don't have a lot of people up left for RunAway to make the most out of that. GC Busan Wave, I mean, I know RunAway likes fighting fights that are done, but this one might be truly done.
And this is also what I talked about earlier about the Sombra on defense here, is that, sure, they got them to the point finally so they could get EMP value, but while that's happening, even though you can find EMP value late, he's not getting hacks that he needs, and the high energy Zarya with Edison, even he throws away every grab directly into QQ's Matrix, he's simply able to do more for his team than the Sombra can right now for the first or second.
Well, Edison's going to be coming up on another grab, and you know, one must wonder, is QQ going to go 3 for 3? Highly aggro dive coming in here from Ion, trying to get the better of RunAway. LEGDAY got really low early on, self-destruct comes out. Both teams still at good HP, but Edison finds Shui here on the Zarya. Man advantage now, GC Busan Wave. RunAway, they use Transcendence, get precious little from it in the very end. Shield about to be broken here. Mag find himself under the gun. And GC Busan Wave, they're going to take the fight.
And this is going to be Hisu isolated as well. Didn't have to use grab. We'll hold on to it for the next fight. Also, double support will still be available. RunAway buying some time here, but not winning the fight.
GC Busan Wave putting RunAway on edge. Edison with a grab that could set the tone of the next fight. Gangnam Jin nowhere close to Transcendence and beat. I mean, it can provide some protection, but it's not ideal versus a grab.
No, this is going to be the QOQ show in a lot of ways. I mean, and also I think Gangnam Jin will get Trance anyways. This fight with already being 70% or so, it's so fast building, especially with Free out of mech that they can't even commit. I mean, GC Busan Wave have to just spam and wait for the mech for Free.
I mean, there is a window where they get to grab first, but I think it's probably gone now.
I don't think
it's definitely gone.
Yeah, I just don't think they were going to go for it anyways while Free was out of the mech. Still spamming, Mag blocking the damage, just making sure that it's not going to happen anytime soon. And finally, Free will be back in mech.
RunAway kind of remembering there that, hey, we're pretty good at the poke war. Of course, Steve being at mech definitely helping out pretty dramatically. And now they're posturing. Edison going, I don't want this grab to be Ian just, you know, repeating the mantra in his head. But the shatter comes out first here from Mag. Puts one on the ground. Graviton out here first from RunAway. Edison still hanging on to his own grab. Stunned, under pressure. This grab not going to get eaten. Shui down, stuck in the grab. So is Mag. As GC Busan Wave starts fighting this all the way back. And they're going to set a pretty decent time here against RunAway.
It definitely should going to be going down last. And I don't think there's anyone from RunAway that can touch, especially with the pin coming out from Ion. Capping, I think, with over a minute left.
Impressive stuff. And, you know, GC Busan Wave getting away from all Sombra all the time. RunAway trying their hand at that strat for a while. And, you know, it still works out in GC Busan Wave's favor.
So here we can see this grab fight come out. There's the grab, there's the bomb. The boop is out, but not able to move Ion away from Edison. So then Edison sees the opportunity he has while QOQ was just finishing getting remech'd and just drops the grab immediately, and the cleanup is available. And really, I mean, it just talked about, like, you know, Sombra versus Zarya on the first 2 points of Gibraltar. Sombra, you have a lot of high ground to poke. You have options there. You have plenty of room. But the issue is where are you able to get your good grab? And also, while all that's happening, you have to force them into position to get them to the grab, or get them to the EMP, to the spot where you have a great EMP, and the Zarya will just be roasting your team the entire time. It's not, the dynamic of the map is not the same.
You know, the funny part about that is that if we were to just swap all the players, what they're playing on, like not the names, but just the teams, and you know, you didn't tell me which team is which, you might have been able to convince me that GC Busan Wave in the last map was RunAway and vice versa with how that was going down. But, you know, now we're swapping sides here. Edison's going to feel more comfortable running the Sombra.
They will be playing the Sombra on defense. Now, I mean, it looks to be, I think Edison is probably a little bit more comfortable on the Sombra than Hisu, since RunAway haven't played too much of it, so that can definitely play a factor. But I wouldn't be surprised to see a similar dynamic take place.
LEGDAY going to go back to Lucio, and we'll see how long Hisu sets to stand the Widow. I mean, Widow has always been pretty decent on Gibraltar. I don't think it really worked out too well for Hisu last time, but it was also a really nice rotation from GC Busan Wave to deny it.
As you see, Hisu's very paranoid, watching for Edison.
Oh, he has the opportunity, gets it! Fielder out and gone. And this is now a big opportunity for RunAway.
And that's a pick that you would always want to get as Widow catches Fielder on that rotation. So now GC Busan just moving the point, and you see Edison now swapping directly to Zarya. Because, I mean, why play Sombra into the Widow that controls you? You want to have that tank, you want to have that damage directly to fight the point, and not have to worry quite as much about Hisu's headshots.
Hisu's still in a good spot going for it. Oh, nice bubble. Gonna block his left side, doesn't matter. Still finds Daydream. Hisu, enough line of sight to be dangerous here. Looking for the Zen and almost gets it as well.
Hisu's just putting on a clinic right now from the server room. Getting that important early pick. Just keeping them pinned down. And that's gonna be first going pretty fast. The way of RunAway. You
know, he didn't really have to grapple over to do that. His team would have done for him, but he wanted it. And now they're going to get the stagger on top.
And now Hisu, I mean, really, it's still, you know, you're playing the tank, the 3-3 into Widow. So it's tougher to get all those immediate picks, but it's still a very dangerous position to be in to have to re-enter this point, and Widow is watching the angles.
Well, thinking for Widow is that you do, even against 3-3, you do have, like, brief opportunities to get a Zenyatta or a Lucio. It's just you get really, you know, 2 or 3 shots at most, and that's it, and you have to connect on it. Most Widows can't, but so far Hisu's been able to.
You see Mag trying to get that pressure onto Fielder, gonna have to get out. And Busan, they're on the cart.
10% payload, Mag gonna use the Primal. Moving forward, Primal still in reserve, and already one pickoff here. RunAway, as you see Ion out of the fight very, very early. Mag gonna go to the back, look for more disruption. All the while, this is shots that Hisu can land. And he gets one, delayed out of the fight.
With Delight out of the fight. A little bit of a rhyme there. This is gonna be cleanup here for the cart. Edison has Grav. Daydream getting close to the beat, and Ion will also have, I mean, the tank ults will be available for GC Busan. The question is, do they have time to recontest? And I think they do. They also know that Ion should be able to get the Primal, so they will definitely fight this again.
This Grav's going to get eaten. I'm like 50% sure, because this is just under pressure for Edison. QOQ knows that they're going to be looking for the Grav here. He's under pressure, gets stunned. He's going to let the Grav fly here. Is he just simply going to die? No, it's set free. Gets 2 off the self-destruct.
That is an incredibly good. I mean, I don't even think that the. I guess when I say incredibly good, it's incredibly fortunate. I don't think the bomb itself was perfect. I think rather because of the situation, RunAway was hoping to pressure Edison to use the Grav. They knew Edison was low, so they were chasing him. And Free just happens to put the bomb in the best spot to stop both of those, and also catches RunAway while they're in that chase.
And the best move ended up being just be the bait, and hope that RunAway chases, and that's exactly what they did there. Now in a better spot to set the Grav. I mean, that said, you have to be careful. You don't want to lob it so far that it's easy for the Diva. Oh, waits for the Matrix. Smart stuff by Edison this time around. Doesn't fall for QOQ, who is definitely looking for it. Mag out of the fight, and GC Busan Wave fighting well. They did lose to Light, though, so 5-on-5.
And Ion very low, having to grab the pack. The pressure here for RunAway so strong on the point, forces the transfer fielder.
Presents out here. RunAway still taking the fight to GC Busan. They have tools in reserve, though. They're going to beat after the Transcendence fades. They can rally right after. They get Hisu down, and they get to save the rally here. As 2.5 minutes left for RunAway. Is there a world where GC Busan Wave holds here on second?
There is a real world, because Edison coming up on that grab soon. Free, Ion both have their ults. This is overall still an ult fight. RunAway are going to take some very fast fights, ZP. They're going to have to move in and get these ults out of GC Busan, so they can take a much more advantageous fight afterwards.
And because Edison built the Grav so early here, it's a little bit sneaky where, I don't know if QOQ is going to be paying him the usual attention here early on. I don't think that, even with good ult tracking, you can necessarily expect Edison to have Grav here. I mean, maybe you do, but in a lot of cases you don't. Let's see if Edison's able to land it here. Already Gangnam Jin down, Delight able to get it off the rotation. And GC Busan Wave, if they could save ults here, they'd be so well set up to force a map 5.
And RunAway are just leaving. This is a fight they know they can't win without Gangnam Jin. See this pressure still coming out. There's the rally trying to keep QQ alive, but QQ, he's demeched.
QQ's gone. GC Busan Wave really applying the pressure here. Self-destruct gun, break the shield. And actually RunAway now, turning it back off the barrier. They get down Delight. The fast break is theirs. They're getting pick off after pick off.
Oh, GC Busan Wave overcommitting so hard for that fight. They had it won, and they wanted those frags and commit ult and lose.
Unfortunate. If they won that fight, you know, very
It would
well
have been great,
yeah,
but I don't
been,
think they needed to. I don't think they needed to commit for that fight at all. That was just
No.
them getting greedy.
I think they got, you know, pumped up by the fact that they were about to force map 5. But now RunAway, they still have something to say about that. 2.5 minutes left here in Gibraltar.
And they're in position now as well from that fight win to just speed run it. Because Edison doesn't have grab. None of the other ults are really online except besides Daedream coming up on the beat. And RunAway will get their combo first. He's 70% to the grab. Or he should, though Edison has been building very fast.
So RunAway, group up here once more. GC Busan Wave under heavy pressure, and nowhere for on the go. His shield was about low, and just out of winning moves there is RunAway in a very good spot. They're getting the stagger they need, and GC Busan, even as support ults are coming online, using them effectively is going to be so tough.
They're going to have to use double support ult to survive the combo here. And then, anyways, even once that happens, they're still going to have to deal with the fact that Shui will have Rally and can set up Mag for the Shatter. There's a lot of options here for RunAway.
Moving in, first Rally is going to be on the deck. Free gets Hisu, very, very good here for GC Busan Wave. Now they can start laying out. So QQ gets the self-destruct off the grab. They're unable to beat in time. And RunAway now on absolute cleanup. GC Busan Wave held back. We're not going to get a chance to use his Graviton, and we are going into extra round.
And RunAway gets a better time bank, too.
Just barely, though.
Just barely, but does get the better time bank. And it's all set up from that overcommit on second from GC Busan Wave. They likely would have potentially second held if not for that overcommit.
I think they would have. I think GC Busan Wave was looking really good, and you know, I think you said the proper word there. They got greedy.
Got very greedy, and you see as this fight breaks down, even with Hisu dying to commit to get this grab out, it's very good because you see Mag is able to drop the shadow behind, set up the 2 frags, and that's really all you need is getting those 2 frags.
Now, I do expect a adjustment here from RunAway as we look to their defense. I don't think they come out the Widow to start with here. I think that they got out-rotated super hard on that. And as you take a look at it, they're not going to be coming on the Widow. They're just going to go direct 3-3. I think this is smart of them, given how the first fight went and the fact that they didn't go up against Widow that they were probably expecting. Or not Widow, but Sombra, I should say. Meanwhile, GC Busan Wave, they're not going to change anything here, but it does mean that they're stuck going 3-3 against RunAway's 3-3, which, truth be told, wasn't even that bad for them.
No, I think, but part of that was also because of the early swaps and the early hero compositions for both teams. It made it look a little bit stronger. But they definitely put up a good performance. GC Busan Wave going to be on the offense, putting up that Sonic Arrow just to see. There's a scout and RunAway. And RunAway are going to take, it look like they're going to take the extremely aggressive fight early, want to deny that cart time when there's so little time on the bank.
I think they're just going to drop on down. They definitely don't want to give Ion time to get poke over time, get an early primal. There is a difference between the two on Reinhardt and Winston. And I mean, oh, look at this from Hisu, getting very good damage on the free.
Getting good damage, but now GC Busan Wave have the high ground. And
well,
the real question is,
RunAway
what do they do
payload.
with it? What do they do with it?
Payload.
Like, what do they do with it now is the question for GC Busan Wave.
Well, RunAway says...
They're literally defending. Ion's on the corner looking for Taze.
We've swapped sides. But RunAway stopping the payload from moving is the goal. And GC Busan Wave, they don't handle it well. They lose the light.
Oh.
And this could be the last fight right here and now.
This is a brutal first hold, ZP. GC Busan get this rotation out. But for what? What do they gain out of this? Because RunAway is on Ryan. Out-rotating them doesn't really mean anything when you're on Winston. In fact, if anything, you don't want to out-rotate them at all.
Well, now they have to go emergency Hammond as Diva's getting demeched. RunAway making sport of GC Busan Wave here. And what more can you say? Excellent rotations coming out. The bomb going to be dealing with the vermin problem. Hammond out of there. Trinson's going to be invested in RunAway. Just looking to get the last few members out. Overtime spawns are in effect now, so GC Busan Wave, they're going to be slower to reinforce.
And that will be that. That will be that. So this is extremely winnable for RunAway. Extremely winnable.
I'll say this. I would be flabbergasted if GC Busan Wave was able to hold here. And also, you think about what GC Busan Wave likes running, because it's so close and a one-fight margin. I don't think they can run a Sombra here. I think they have to run 3-3.
It's really tough. Because the Sombra means if you win one fight with a Sombra, then you probably win. But if you just don't win, then you know, it's the risk. And I don't think they will run the Sombra. And I imagine RunAway will play Ryan because all you have to do is send your Ryan to point, make them focus the Ryan. Like Winston is great for cleave if you want to win the next fight, but not if you want to win this first fight here on the corner.
Ooh, they're putting Ion. Surely not. Are they really putting?
I don't. The Winston play is just as much of a gamble as the Sombra, because it's still entirely dependent on getting Primal, and even then the Primal doesn't necessarily guarantee you anything, because your Winston then just becomes a big ult battery for the rest, because RunAway doesn't have to commit anything. They have 2 fights here at the spawn, at least, and if they just farm Ion even after the Primal, then they'll be good.
The Winston here, definitely a bit suspect, where they're basically banking on the first fight going well, but you know, this area here isn't even the most conducive to a Winston buying time, jumping in and out. It's not like, say, Point A Volskaya. But, you know, it's also not ideal, period, I suppose. No matter what, RunAway is working at a tremendous advantage here.
They're just going to be sending to the cart. They're going to be looking to punish Ion extremely heavily.
They almost got it right then and there. They got awfully close.
And now there's no cooldowns currently available for GC Busan, and you see how aggressive they're going to be, because the Reinhardt just wins the fight. The Reinhardt just wins the brawl when you're on Winston.
The light's already gone. They've lost all the sustain that Brigade can bring to the table. So is D.Va. And I got news for you. RunAway, they're going to take it 3-1.
They are not defeated today.
Nope. But GC Busan Wave, they very well could have won this match.
I think the Winston play was just not the right play in that moment, because when you watch this fight happen, so you see the bubble go onto Ion, you see his own personal bubble be used, and the self bubble for Edison, and as soon as the cooldowns are gone, they just rush forward, because Winston does not beat Ryan in the damage war. It does not win. You do not win that fight, and so they knew they could walk forward for free.
Yep, and I mean, look, that was a really tough spot to be in when you get help that early. You know, it's unlikely your defense is going to be as good, but the part where their defense was good, up until it wasn't, was their point B defense on the initial round, where they came so close to just holding them there, and you know, they got
greedy. Got greedy. It's you, and if there's one team you don't get greedy against, it's RunAway.
They're the team that's going to punish you.
You don't get greedy against RunAway.
You know, the old adage, greed makes feed, happened here.
It is, and that's really the summary. It is actually the summary. A second point hold just thrown away for being too greedy.
That said, if you're GC Busan Wave, where you've been on the upswing here, and you probably did not go into this match really expecting to win. Like, obviously, any player's like, we want to feel we could beat anyone. Deep down, they're probably like, probably not. You look back at this, you play RunAway this close, what does that mean for what you're going to do to your opposition beyond RunAway as you look to the final week of regular season play, as you look to what's going to go down in the playoffs? I think if you're GC Busan Wave, you're a little bit upset over Gibraltar, but end of it, pretty happy about how this went down.
You can feel confident at least, but now since they've had that loss, they still need to worry about making playoffs.
Yes.
So they're not out of the woods yet, but if you can play solid to RunAway and really just lose the series to yourself, rather than just being objectively outplayed, then I think GC Busan Wave can, as long as they cinch it out here for that last week of regular season, they can feel somewhat confident moving into playoffs.
I think so, and you know, for RunAway, obviously RunAway is still looking pretty solid, but mortal at points. So there's a little bit of a morale boost.
Well, I mean, sure mortal, but mortal in the fact that you could take them to a map 5 potentially. That sort of mortality.
Yeah, well, you know what? The closer you get to the Fusion University status, the sooner you can wait a full year to break the streak. It's fine. It's totally fine.
Well, we've seen other RunAway iterations go to map 5. We've seen Titans go to map 5, and they're still not looking too mortal just yet.
No.
So,
look, I'm trying to give people hope, okay? That's
fair.
I'm trying to do here.
That's fair.
As RunAway has been somewhat the evil empire, and how dominant they've been.
The pink sweatshirt evil empire.
You know, look, sometimes, you pick a color that just inspires fear, and you see them rolling up in their pink sweaters, and, you know it's about to go down.
You do know it's about to go down. But overall, I think GC Busan Wave have to be comfortable with the style they've chosen now. They've committed very well, and when they play in a manner that actually sort of counteracts the 3-3 most effectively, especially the 3-3 that recognizes how to abuse your cooldown usage, then it's looking good for them.
Definitely so. But that's gonna be doing it for us here this week in Contenders Korea. Next week, of course, is going to be the